What if I told you that there's no such thing as a purely rational decision? Because you cannot make any decision in the absence of emotion. Back in the late 1800s, there was a railroad worker named Phineas Gage. While he was working, there was an explosion, and a long metal rod shot through his left cheek and out the top of his head, causing him to lose a big chunk of his brain, the ventromedial prefrontal cortex to be exact. When he hit the ground, everyone assumed he was dead. Surprisingly, within a few minutes, he was actually back on his feet. But something was off. He could no longer control his emotions, nor could he make rational decisions. Now, fast forward almost 100 years. There was a neuroscientist, Antonio Damasio, who had a patient with a brain tumor in that same part of the brain that Phineas Gage lost. Damasio saved his patient by removing the entire brain region where the tumor was. Sure enough, post-surgery, his patient ended up experiencing the same thing as Phineas Gage. Damasio went on to write the seminal work describing how emotions and decisions are actually intrinsically intertwined. You cannot separate them. If you were to make a decision and rely on reason alone, you would have to analyze a never-ending list of variables. So instead, human beings have evolved to use emotion as a shortcut for decision-making. That thing you call your gut is actually emotion nudging you in the right direction. This makes life a lot more efficient. Now let's apply this to advertising. The problem in old school advertising research was there was no way to actually measure emotion. So research relied on asking people, how do you feel? But emotion is too subconscious to really self-report accurately. At Spark Neuro, we go right to the source, measuring brain and other biometric activity to quantify emotion in real time. Because in advertising, emotion is absolutely critical to persuade your customers. Remember, it is impossible to make any decision without emotional input. So measuring emotion is especially critical for your advertising.